Right, we are back to an episode of. The stream is going. Brilliant. Okay, so we are back. Session 77 of our epic campaign. How's everyone doing?
Going well.
Good. Ready to play.
Ready to play. All right. Well,
digital dice.
Yeah. Well, I have Tailspire now, so haha. If you wanted to roll some digital dice over Tailspire, sometime.
I don't know what that is.
This stream is sponsored by Tailspire. Okay. So anyway, right. So let's begin then. Is everyone? Yeah. Is everyone ready to go? Does everyone have drinks and snacks and whatever else you people eat?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool, brilliant. All right. Well, in that case, last we left off, the Clive Five, upon seeking a way to assault the ship in the Underdark containing the Elder Brain, made their way to the Undercity of Thandir. While there, you were witness to a protest protesting Drow rule, led by the Brotherhood of Justice, a Dwergar group who desire independence. During the protest, just making sure I did actually unmute the stream. During the protest, the Black Spire, which is the seat of government in Thandir and the monument to the Draegar's freedom from slavery, it was overtaken by the Brotherhood, which you watched, as Captain Iredale, who was the captain of the guard, decided to pull the troops out because he didn't want a conflict. So that was overtaken by the Brotherhood in protest. The priestess Musai agreed that she would allow you to take a piece of the Black Spire to potentially be able to teleport to the Ark where the Elder Brain is if you helped solve the issue of these Draegar protesters. So you made your way into the Black Spire. You ended up speaking to Brother Ekin, who was the leader of the Brotherhood. And you learned that the Draegar actually had pretty legitimate issues with the Drow, as well as with the Prophet of all things, saying that it was not who the Drow claimed. It was more of a strange sort of alien abomination that also landed around the same time as the Mind Flayers. As well as Brother Ekin desired the Elder Box, which was hidden somewhere within the Black Spire, so that the Draegar could defend themselves from further attempts by the Drow to subjugate them. So last we left off, you had left the Black Spire to sort of talk amongst yourselves to work out exactly what you wanted to do. Musai has said that if they continue to squat this building, she'll eventually order the troops in. You're not quite sure how long that will take, but what did you want to do? So. Yeah, as you are all in the streets of Thandir currently.
I would say Ekin and the Dwergar have a much more valid case for the Elder Box than Musai would. And again, I don't really know Musai. You all do.
So, well, on the one hand, the Draegar they have their legitimate grievances, and if this was able to kind of give them more equal footing and able to kind of bring about a more equal society, then great, fantastic. But on the other, the Drow at least have a history of owning this Elder Box and not using it.
To our knowledge.
Well, to our knowledge, yes, but at least not using it to the catastrophic ends that we saw Naruzatar do so.
Well, see, my issue is Drow, and all elves for that matter, for as much as they like to believe, or at least some of them may desire to be, they're not immortal. Musai will at one point perish, and then we'll have another Drow ruler in charge of Thandir, and let's say that person would prefer to use the Elder Box. Opinions about matters change, and I don't feel comfortable giving it to a group of oppressors when we could be giving it to a people who need a solid deterrent. If the Drow possess the Elder Box and the Dwergar know the Drow possess the Elder Box, then then potentially the Drow have permanent say on anything the Dwergar can do. They can say, "Oh, we have the Elder Box. Myahaha. Do what we want."
Well, I mean, that didn't stop the Dwagar from being able to overthrow the Black Spire.
Where the Elder Box is. They've isolated the Drow from the Elder Box. The Drow can't use it right now.
Could they not have used it during the siege?
It wasn't really a siege, it was more of just a protest.
Siege, yeah, if you can call it a siege.
Yeah, it was that there was this protest and then the guards just left.
I don't think all of the guards knew about the Elder Box. And Musai wasn't in the Black Spire. As far as we know, she's the only one who knows about his existence. Of course there'll be others, but she wasn't in there to use it.
True.
At the end of the day, all we really know for certain is one group of people will possess the Elder Box. The Dwergar, who have been oppressed and want a way to build their own way in life, or the Drow, who have a history of oppressing the Dwergar.
We could always just take it and keep it.
Or destroy it.
If
Destroying it sounds riskier than giving it to someone. And what happens when you destroy an Elder Box?
also, wouldn't people say we would need as many? Wouldn't people say that we need as many Elder Boxes as we need, as we can get? Even there's a gigantic eldritch living dead planet coming to destroy us all. Surely we need as much firepower as we can get.
Fair point, but what would we value more? The possession of one Elder Box ourselves, or an alliance with a city of Dwagar, Drow, etc., a fairly advanced city that also have an Elder Box?
I would agree with you there, but I'm merely saying we shouldn't destroy it or take the Elder Box. I feel we should give it to the Dwergar.
I'm reluctant to agree, but I think I do.
What, giving it to the Dwager?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the best idea as well.
You, big fellow, you've been quiet. What do you think?
Are you talking to me?
I
am big, so I assume you'd be talking to me.
Yeah.
Well, although I've never used an Elder Box personally, I hear they are rather strong. And in the right hands, I me. It could be a good asset. However, an army also sounds good. Maybe the army would be better.
Where do the Dwager keep their army?
I mean, like, they could be an army, so I mean, like, you know.
I mean, they've been
maybe they'd be more like cannon. They'd probably be more like cannon fodder, but you know, whether killing them isn't killing us, right?
I wouldn't
True.
say that. Dwergar are in possession of wonderful magics. They can multiply, they can grow in size quite rapidly. There were numerous tomes in libraries
heard
about them.
I heard they have
Sorry.
a way of breeding where they just sprout out of the ground,
Like a vegetable.
like a mushroom.
Like a wooden person.
So, should we help out the Dwergar here then?
I would
think
say yes.
Though, how would we actually do this? So, in order to get it, we would need to then. I mean, we'd either need to find it ourselves in there, or we would have to act as though we are getting it for the drow, so that they would give the information as to how to open that door.
Maybe one of us should talk to Musai about ways to open the door and use that information she gives us to hand the box to Eric.
If
Is it
only we had a silver-tongued person with us that might be able to do such a thing.
All right, I'll do it. Since you put it so nicely.
I can certainly give it a shot.
Okay, I'll leave that to you.
Okay.
Are you sure we want to be making an enemy of the prophet of all things?
I mean, from what... Have you guys mentioned the prophet of all things to me before? I forget. Have you mentioned about what he is, what he does?
Yeah, we've talked about him in the Mindful Airs a bit.
Does he, like... Does he even do anything, or does he just say things and people do things for him?
I believe it generally just gives vague prophecies, right? Predictions of the future, that kind of thing. I'm not super sure it has a particular will.
It's...
Am I off the mark there, Mike?
You're not 100% sure what his abilities really are. No.
You don't think...
But as far as we've seen.
Yeah, it has quite a big grip on the on its followers, but you haven't seen it actually really do anything.
Have you ever actually seen the form of the prophet of all things?
Not really. It seemed to just be this kind of abstract presence.
What if in some way it was a part of the ship? Not a thing that lived in the ship, but a part of the ship.
Huh. Like
an intelligence
Like
that
an
was created. Artificial, if you could say.
like an anthropomorphized manual for the book.
Yes.
Taking all the information
Some
about
form
the
of
ship and
manufactured consciousness.
like what people keep assuming I am.
Yes. I mean, you are manufactured and you have a consciousness.
I mean, that's yes, but the consciousness isn't necessarily manufactured. Not 100% sure on that, but it may be half of another person's consciousness.
That's normal. That's something I totally expected you to say. 100%.
Apparently the good parts, but the jury's still out.
Good, bad, it's all the same thing at the end of the day. Let's go talk to Musai.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're heading back to the temple.
Yeah.
Okay, so eventually walking back to the temple, you notice that the guards have been doubled in strength. Now, where there was about 10 outside the main gates of the temple, there's now 20 or so standing around fully dressed in their ceremonial sort of scale mail. You're led into the temple where Musai is talking to a group of drow. A few of them look like priests and priestesses. Some of them look like nobles from the city. But she nods to them and they walk off. And she turns to you all and says, "So you've returned.
Yes.
Yes.
Any news?"
Well, they seem to be looking for something in there. We're not quite sure what. We were hoping we could... Well, it'd only be a matter of time before they did find the room with the Elder Box, right?
I think that it's a matter of time before they find it. I'm pretty sure that they have an idea where it is already.
Well, if we were to know where it is, then we could act as infiltrators in their group. They've already talked to us. They've mentioned that we could help them in some way, possibly in finding it. If we were to, of course, deceive them into believing when looking for this Elder Box, if we knew where it is, we could extract it and bring it to you.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, I meant to be good at these.
She says, "I feel that might be an acceptable option, but the people who are responsible for it have gone missing, and I do not know the way in anymore. I could come with you, and I might be able to get into the system myself."
I'm not entirely sure the Dwergar would welcome you.
I
Is
I
my
could
only issue.
I could go in disguise. You just have to give me safe passage.
I look to the others. And I kind of give like this kind of look like, please help me here. I don't know what to say. It makes sense.
Let's look at Scrimshaw.
That still seems a little dangerous. Is there any chance you could just relay to us how to get in there? Or would you be figuring this out yourself as you go as well?
Well, it's I have an idea about how I might get in, but it would involve, if I were to share it with you, it would involve relinquishing a very valuable piece of information and an artifact of mine, one which could easily get lost.
Well, to be quite frank, you would be putting your own life at risk to secure an artifact, whereas we are expendable and have experience with artifacts of grand power and acquiring them. If you were to give us this information, not only would it be less of a risk to you, but we are also a group of neutral adventurers. If we are discovered and killed, then, quite frankly, there's no political situation. If you're discovered and killed, well, you're Musai. Who knows what could happen? Civil war, even.
Definitely wouldn't be a good look. Plus, they've met us already. If we were to turn up again with one mysterious extra party member, then it may be a bit suspicious.
And you're sure that there's no other ulterior motive for me not coming with you?
No ulterior motive.
Okay. Roll a deception check.
Okay. Here we go. Deception.
She gives you like a quite solid gaze as she's sort of like looking you up and down, stone-faced and quite stern. But then suddenly her face sort of breaks and she smiles and she says, "Right, well, if you insist, I have your word. Follow me." She turns around and leads you all into her office. It's quite minimalist. There's not really much on the walls except for one religious piece of art on right behind where her desk is. On the desk itself is a couple of stacks of paper, as well as a quill and some ink, and some sort of like fungus, which is giving a bit of a glowy sort of light. She like sort of squishes it and it gets brighter. She begins to root around her desk, and in the bottom of it, she pulls out this. Seems like a trinket. It's sort of like a chain has been pushed through a hole made in some sort of crystal of some sort, but the crystal itself seems to have something suspended in the center of it. Some old piece of technology from maybe the era of the Mistrans, or even before. She hands it over to you, Chinook, and says, "All you have to do is tap this on the lock 3 times, and it should open."
On the lock 3 times. Got it. I promise you won't regret this.
This is a very valuable artifact of mine. Do not lose it.
I won't. I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
Right, we have some Dwergar to fool, so we should probably get on our way.
Very well. I hope to see you all soon, successfully returning with the Elder Box, and then we can finally kick those Dragar protesters out of that tower.
Yes.
She goes and sits down at the desk and begins writing on something. She sort of like nods for you to leave.
Okay.
Okay. So where are you going now?
I take it straight back to the Dwergar, right?
What's the
Unless
time?
anyone
I mean, it's
else
hard to tell,
wants to do
right?
Let's see why not.
I mean, like, we probably don't really have much time to do anything else, because before long they'll send the troops in.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. So, alright, in that case, you begin to make your way back to the Black Spire. You notice that a few more troops have arrived outside the building and have begun to set up a sort of makeshift camp on the main plaza, setting up walls of sort of like bits of rubble and wood and all sorts of things that they can find around the place. And as you walk past it, you hear a couple of guards just moaning, saying, "Those Dwagars, they've never known what it takes to do real hard work. You know, us in the guard, we spend most of our days just protecting them, and this is what we get. Now we have to fight them and push them out." And everyone goes, "All right, well, hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully it's just a bit of a camping trip for us." But as you make your way over to the main lines of the Dragar encampment, which is sort of around the Black Spire, you're recognised. The lines open up and you're led in into the main hall, where there's maybe about 50 or 60 Dragar now, just sort of like sitting around, singing songs, sharpening weapons. And as you enter, you hear a familiar voice shouting, "Ah, the Clive Five!" And you see Brother Ekid. Is that his name? Ekin.
Eric, for some reason.
I know. You were saying Eric a few times. It was getting me distracted. Yeah, so Brother Ekin, at the top of the stairs, hobbling down, saying, "Ah, you're back. So, have you decided to stand with the Brotherhood?"
we have. And we have information that may help you.
Hmm. And what information is that?
I produce the artifact that Musai gave me, and I say that the Drow are very easy to fool. Musai told us that if we were to tap this upon the lock of wherever the Elder Box is, 3 times, the door shall open. That's all she said, really. She doesn't seem to know the way. Then again, it is Musai, so in case it's being trapped in some way.
Yeah, in case it's going to blow up or something, maybe Roxon.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah. Yes.
The strongest.
I would.
Durable of us all.
Yeah,
I would feel most comfortable using Roxon as a meat shield than anyone else here, to be fair.
Yeah. Wait, what?
If we could all just stand behind him, maybe as well.
Yes.
Well, fine.
I mean, if you survive, then you'll have a new scar and a new story about how you helped to liberate these people.
Yeah, and Gary, you've got diamonds, right?
Exactly. And I also know revivification spells. It's fine.
What if I disintegrate?
Well,
Then you'll have left quite the legacy.
yes, exactly. I can
there's
tell
always
wonderful
risk of
stories.
disintegration. There's always some risk of disintegration in our minor.
You'd better tell
Exactly.
big stories.
Oh, the biggest.
Yeah, definitely the one about the mammoth.
Yeah. Make sure you spread my ashes in my homeland.
Yes,
I'll come back and
I
haunt
know
you.
what that is. I shall
yeah.
sing the tales of the saga of Roxon Mammothbane.
Let's not. Whatever. Just come on.
Roxon Mammoth Bay. Alright, well, Brother Ekin says, well, okay, 3 times on the lock. Well, we have an idea where the door is to get there. It's this one, right? And he points to where the stairs are, and that the big closed-off, thick wood stone door, which leads to the basement below, which currently has not been opened.
Well, the Drow aren't really renowned for their subtlety, are they?
Aye.
I mean, look at where we are. A black spire doesn't exactly scream subtlety.
Yeah. Like if you were to hide an Elder Box, I wouldn't do so behind a great big stone door that says, "Hey, Elder Box is here. Come take it, lads."
It could be that this is just the most secure area around here, and it was just they had to make that decision. I don't imagine there's many places around here that would even be able to hold something like an Elder Box.
I mean, apparently you lot had it behind some kind of steel vault door.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about on that
I
one.
don't know what you're talking about.
Who would do that? Those can be easily disintegrated, passwords. What kind of idiot would type something mundane as a vault, as a steel vault?
I think it was lead, right?
So you did have it behind a vault door.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Well, this door only, as far as I can tell, only goes down to the basement, so I assume that there's more than just the Elder Box down there.
Quite possibly. Oh, sorry. The air in the black spire. Oh, it's really dry. Oh, wow, why am I coughing? I don't even breathe.
Oh, sorry, that's because we excrete a very dusty substance from our bodies.
Oh.
Mushrooms going in my lungs.
Yes. It's a sort of spore.
Is that to, like, fend off predators in some way. If something was to try and eat you, you can put dust in its mouth and it no longer wants to eat you because dust is disgusting.
Nah,
Disgusting, so to speak.
it's more of a sensing thing.
Oh, it's like perfume.
Yeah, sure. Only Dragars can smell it, though.
I start writing it down in a journal.
I will just mention before we do this, I must once more express the danger of these artifacts, and to not please when we retrieve this, do not try and just use it on for experimentation or that kind of thing. There is, like, I think I started explaining this earlier, but we got sidetracked. I read earlier. Do you remember I mentioned the nation of Carnea?
Carnea?
Yes.
Yes.
Every single person there was turned to stone.
Using an elder box.
An elder box.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
No, there was no discrimination. It was everyone there. So.
Were there any Dragar there?
If the elder box is misused, and you attempt to harness its power, it may not just be those that you target that suffer as a result.
Yes, I do not believe Naruzatar would know the names and locations of every single person in his entire nation. It's something like that does sound indiscriminate.
Well, thank you for your warning, but I have been around the block a good while. I know what violence can do to people, and which is why I only seek to use this in self-defense. Even when our minds were controlled by the Drow and by the Emperor Under, we still had some semblance of free will. We just couldn't fight back against our base desire to serve. So there was still a lot of Dragar out there who are very cruel.
Fucking ow! Richard just sat on my hair. It's alright. Carry on.
What was that?
Stop pulling Mona's hair.
Sorry, Mona.
Well, yes, let's open this door, shall we?
What's your opinion on the Emperor Under?
My opinion.
Yes.
He was a demon who enslaved us.
Just curious.
What's your opinion?
I never met the guy.
I've never met the guy, but he sounds swell.
Surely you do not need to personally know the person to know that they have done horrible things.
Well, in all honesty, I hadn't heard about him until yesterday.
Who?
I'm not from around here, shall we say.
Sure. No, the plight of the Dragar doesn't seem to travel far at all. We have no allies in this world.
Hopefully, with us helping you, that'll change soon.
Perhaps not. We will, but this is part of the reason why we need the Elder Box, so we don't have to rely on others.
When this is done, hopefully we can change that as well. Maybe bring some sense of maybe trade or in between here and the overworld.
I mean, what things do you think we have that the overworld might want? Aren't they abound with luxurious gifts and pleasures? Aren't the streets paved with gold and everyone has enough food to fatten themselves for a week every day?
No, it's actually quite tragic, and a lot of people, especially in Baratheon, from what I have heard, a lot of people are impoverished and despise their lords and mistreated.
Yeah, frankly, it seems as though the average citizen is more wealthy here than there.
Well then, if that is the case, I would hate to live on the overworld. I've never seen the sun with my own eyes. I do not know what the stars look like. I just know about the various seasons down here, which are different.
Might be a good place for holidays.
I mean, if you've never seen the sun, maybe take a slow start so that you don't accidentally blind yourself.
Yeah, but bring some sunglasses.
Can you do that?
Yes.
You can blind yourself looking at the sun?
Yes, it's actually very bright, astonishingly bright. It's basically a great big ball of fire hanging in the sky.
Oh.
It's a ball.
But
It's a circle. It's a circle, right? It's not a ball.
These flat sunners.
No?
I don't know what stories you've heard, but as someone who is familiar with theories on planar travel, I can assure you, the sun is more than a circle, it's a ball. Ball of fire.
It doesn't look like a ball. It just looks like a circle.
Aren't you worried about it going out? Aren't you worried about it going
No,
out?
it's not far away. It's in the sky.
How big is the sky?
I'm sorry?
How big is the sky?
It
It's
spans all
like
around.
the roof.
No,
You know,
it spans all around. The Earth is a ball. I mean, Earth is a ball.
How far underground are we?
No, the sky isn't that big.
You'd be surprised how big the sky can be. It spans all around.
Well, I mean, the Earth isn't a ball.
What's the Earth?
The Earth's flat, right?
Yeah. If you look at the map, it's flat. It's not round, idiot.
Yeah.
Gira, I look at Gira, and I raise my eyebrow, and I'm like, "Do you believe this too?"
I don't know. I can't remember. Perfectly honest.
I mean, there's definitely some amount of curvature to the planet. I mean, we've flown up relatively high before, and you can see it.
We could
Ours
always,
is circular, so when you look at a big distance, that's why it looks round.
That sounds wrong, but I don't know enough about the ocular properties of an eye to dispute it.
Please, can we all stop arguing about this point? There is one very simple way to find the answer. I hope you realize.
Yeah, we can go into space.
No, we can ask the storm.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, god damn it.
How do you know that the Earth's a ball?
Because I've read extensive tomes on planar travel. I have known of many people who have traveled across different planes.
Those just
Really?
sound like conspiracy theories.
Sounds like you've wasted a lot of your time when you could have just asked someone.
You're just a...
I did ask people!
You're just a sheep.
To be fair, don't you read lots of books by people that take a lot of drugs?
Look, not everything in the Feywilds is drugs. Just 80% of the crops in the Feywilds are drugs.
Are you sure? Because I've never been there. I've never seen it.
Technically, you have,
But I'm
actually.
pretty sure it's at least 90% drugs.
Yeah, I know you have. You talked to my friend there.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yes, you have, Skirmisher.
when did we go to the Feywild?
You talked to, some oracle dude. Some bird wanted some fucking special plants. I don't know.
Oh, that was just a hallucination.
No, I know the guy you talked to. Very well. He told me all about you.
Huh.
When was that?
When we went to see the other oracle, the Aarakocra, that we went and got those drugs for. And Saka nearly killed herself by refusing.
The bird. I don't think the bird mentioned. I don't think my friend mentioned Morna being there. Actually,
Yeah,
he didn't mention a
I-
woman.
It was right before Aaron was captured.
Oh, who? Yeah, I don't remember this.
Oh, perhaps you weren't there.
No.
Anyway, yes, we've gotten slightly off track. Door key.
Yeah.
So the drow. Something interesting about the drow is that they believe that the world was laid as an egg by a big spider, and it rides around on the spider's back.
Do they actually believe that, or is that just one of those stories that they tell?
I don't know. I'm not a drow.
Spiders are gross.
Hey, don't piss on spiders. They're great. They're lovely. They spin such wonderful paintings and tapestries. At least in the Feywild. I can't really say for the spiders of this world. I'm not really familiar with them. In the Feywild, they're the most brilliant artists.
No, here people just like squish them. 'Cause
That's
they're gross.
horrid. They should give them a chance. They're brilliant.
Alright, give them a chance. Just like I'll give your stupid circle world theory a chance. But, you know,
So
the
be
map's
hasty.
square for a reason, Chinook.
Yeah, idiot.
We just believe that a big sort of dwarf dug the Underdark out, and that's why we're here.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's probably what
like
happened.
a giant dwarf.
Like a very big dwarf.
It was sort of like that.
Isn't a big dwarf just a human?
No.
Yeah, it was the world's tallest dwarf. No, he's sort of our common ancestor with the other dwarfs. I'm not sure how big he was. I was told that he did it all himself, though. So.
He can't be that big if he's a dwarf, or maybe.
I thought that Underdark was put here by Mind Flayers.
No, the Underdark's been here a lot longer than the Mind Flayers have.
Yeah, Mind
Wow,
Flayers
this is
come from
such a
other
long
worlds. Mind Flayers come from multiple different planes and worlds.
We lived in the Underdark for thousands of years, even before the Mind Flayers turned up. They were the good times, and then we got enslaved. He suddenly looks really sullen. Right.
We open this door,
No.
give this poor dwarf some hope, please.
Yes, let's open this door. Oh, I hope this works. So you have the artifacts, shouldn't it?
Sure, I shall go to the lock and I will tap the thing on it 3 times.
Okay. So tap tap tap.
Give it to Roxon.
After the 3rd tap, you feel it vibrating in your hand, and you look inside, and the actual thing that is like trapped inside the crystal. It's weird. Like it doesn't. You have absolutely no idea how this artifact. It's like sort of like a clockwork piece of technology suspended inside the crystal. You have no idea how it got in there. It doesn't seem to have been like put in there and the crystal was glued back together or anything. It looks almost like the crystal's grown over it. But as you tap the 3rd time, it begins to vibrate in your hand. So you see all the little gears begin to twist and move around. And then it begins to spin in your hand, like vibrates. Eventually it gets too hot that you just let go of it. And it's just floating there, just vibrating. And after a couple of seconds of you not really knowing what's gone on, there's suddenly a flash. And all of you are sort of blinded for a moment, and you just look down to the ground, like, oh, what was that? And then you begin to hear your voice echoing off like an open cavern. It seems that you have been moved somewhere.
All of us.
It seems to be, and Brother Ekin as well. He you're all in complete pitch darkness. Scrimshaw, you have night vision. Who else has night vision?
I have
I
like
think I have night vision.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So
I think I have dark vision.
yeah, you
How
have dark
is
vision.
that within 10 feet?
Okay. So Roxon, you putting on your night vision goggles because at first you think you're just blinded from the flash, and but it's completely pitch black in here. Brother Ekin is looking around and instinctively just strikes a match because he has dark vision, but he wants to make sure that he can see properly. And he strikes a match and lights a piece like a torch alight, and you're looking around and you just seem to be in a massive open cavern. You can't really see the walls far away, but it seems that for some reason you have been teleported rather than it opening the door. Brother Ekin goes, "What was that?"
I think that door was a ruse. I think, in truth, the key that Musai gave us has taken us to the true location of the Elder Box. Or some kind... Perhaps this is another plane. Is this another plane? I start licking the wall and seeing if it tastes any different.
There's no wall near. There's no wall near you. Currently, you're stood on quite a flat, stony surface. Looking around, there doesn't seem to be a wall around you, not for at least a few hundred feet. Your voice,
just a wall that you walk on.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hit the floor instead, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I lick the floor.
Okay. So it's rather gravelly. Bit dusty.
Yeah, I don't know what I expected from that.
I'm gonna light a torch as well.
Okay.
Start walking around.
Okay. You notice that as you begin to walk a few feet away from the rest of the group, there's this sort of very black fog, which seems to fade people out the further you go away from them. So it might be quite easy to get lost if you're not careful.
Can I not even see the torch?
You can see the torch. So you can see a brief. If you go too far, maybe when you get to about 40 or 50 feet away, the torch begins to dim.
Should we tie some rope around each other in a kind of one continuous strand of rope so that we don't get lost?
I think if we just stick together, we should be fine, right?
Yes, but we don't really know what kind of traps are here, magical or otherwise. Because there's an Elder Box here.
Brother Ekin is seems like the witch has put a spell on us. I never trusted her anyway.
No, we can't be sure of that yet.
What if the prophet told her to do this to us?
I'm pretty sure he didn't.
How could you be so sure?
Do you have faith in me?
I don't even know you. Not really. I have faith in that you are quite honourable.
Well, where I'm from, honor tends to mean a lot. And I care a lot about you and your mission here. I was the one that secured this artifact. Therefore, it is my honor that is at stake here. I would never, and I promise you this, I would never, ever willingly or otherwise overlook any form of complications that may cause hazard to your movement.
Okay. I'm not saying you did it deliberately.
I think regardless of whether we think this is good or bad, I think proceeding onwards.
Yes, we have nowhere to go but forwards.
Well, which way's forwards?
I think we should just choose a direction and walk in it.
Yeah. If we find a wall, follow it.
Yeah. Let's walk up to a wall and just follow it, right?
Yeah, nothing could go wrong.
Don't say that. That is a terrible idea. You never say those words. You don't
Well,
tempt
walking on the
fate.
wall.
We might be able to teleport out, but I feel like this is quite thick walls. Well, we teleported here, so we should be able to teleport out.
Yeah, thick walls don't stop teleportation.
Thick red walls do.
Possibly. I don't know.
You know what they say about dungeons with thick walls.
So it's you just picking a direction and walking in it.
Yeah.
We'll go towards a wall and then try and walk.
Cool.
There are even any walls.
All right. Someone roll me a d10, please.
I can roll. Hang on. Slash. Oh. For some reason it refreshed. Someone else will have to do it.
Okay, right, No!
Brilliant. Okay.
Oh!
Oh, you should have let me do it.
You don't know what these numbers mean.
Oh, well, we're either going to get the best result or the worst result.
It could be the number of Tarasques we have to fight.
Yeah, the number of purple worms that just exploded out of the ground. No, so you continue on. You just walk on in a direction that Scrimshaw decides, all right, fuck it, we'll go in this direction. Roxon obviously tries to choose his own direction, but very quickly the group is running away. And Roxon, as you run up to catch up with the group. But it seems after 5 minutes of walking, 6 minutes of walking, 7 minutes of walking, you're just continuing on. There doesn't seem to be any landmarks. Doesn't seem to be any walls or stalagmites or stalactites or even any sort of sounds of dripping or any breeze of any sort. Everything seems quite still.
Okay, I have an idea. Why don't we draw a big line or something in the gravel on the floor so that we know that if we're going round in circles?
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna move a pattern, like a line into the gravel that goes quite a long way, so that if we go round in circles, we'll know.
That's a good idea. What do we have? Are we just going to try and make a line with a sword or something? Or?
Yeah, just in a sword in the gravel.
Okay.
One thing, Roxon.
Yes.
Are there any rocks on the ground?
I don't know. Are there rocks on the ground?
Are there any rocks on the ground?
There's small pebbles on the ground.
I will pick up a small, a throwable pebble,
Okay.
hand it to Roxon and say, just throw this forwards far.
Okay. I throw it far.
Make an athletics check for me.
It's gonna hit one of us.
You hit an ancient black dragon right in the face and kill it.
Oh, that didn't go so well.
Okay, so you throw it. You throw it, and it's. You're strong, but you maybe throw it 20, 30 feet, and you just hear it clanging off the ground. After maybe a few seconds, there's a bit of an echo that slaps back.
Okay.
Nice warm up here. Have another one.
Can I throw another one?
Yeah, go ahead. You can throw as many as you like.
Okay. I'll try again. I was just warming up. Right.
I'm just gonna hold my shield behind my head.
Okay. This time is a lot better, and you launch it with such sheer ferocity that it sort of makes a bit of a sound as you throw it. You don't hear it hit the ground. It just seems to fly off.
Aha!
Chung, 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 chung. And then you hear a bit of a slap back.
In front or behind us?
It's quite hard to tell exactly where that noise came from of the stone dropping. It seems to be all around you.
Can we see a ceiling?
Looking straight up. Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
You don't really... I mean, that sort of fog that surrounds you makes it very difficult to really see anything above you, if there is anything.
Give me a moment, and I will get on the carpet and just go straight up.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So flying up, how far are you going to fly up? The ceiling doesn't seem to be in the next 50 or 100 feet. You can see up to 200 or something, can you? With your dark vision.
120.
120, yeah. Doesn't seem to be a ceiling within 120 feet. So you keep flying up. Eventually, as you get to about maybe 200 feet, you see a faint red glow, maybe, on the ceiling? Well, you're not quite sure what from.
I'd like to get to about 60 feet from it.
Okay. Yeah, it gets a bit more pronounced in your view. It seems to be some sort of crystal of some sort embedded into the ceiling.
Just one, or like one big crystal is the ceiling.
So like one crystal embedded in the ceiling.
Yes, it seems to be embedded within some sort of like... You can't quite make it out from about 60 feet away. It's quite blurry, but it's a red, maybe a crystal of some sort. And you begin to see the top of the cavern.
I'm gonna go back down
Mm-hmm.
and I say, well, there's a glowing crystal in the ceiling. I'm slightly worried though that if I grab it and get knocked off the carpet, I will be in a little bit of trouble because it's quite high up. So I was hoping to have someone who
Yeah, okay.
is
That's fine.
okay. I will slide the carpet over to Morna.
I'll go up and try and get this crystal, right? Get some crystal. Is it so? Sorry. Is the ceiling made of like one big crystal, or is it just one small crystal in the ceiling?
The ceiling is just one small... Well, it's not small. It's maybe about the size of a person. But then the ceiling itself seems to just be the same sort of greyish black stone the floor is.
Well, I'll try and go up to the ceiling, then grab this crystal.
Or are you on the carpet?
Yeah.
Okay. So you and Scrimshaw are flying back up?
No, just Morna.
Oh, just Morna? Okay.
Mm.
Alright, well, you get close to it. You begin to notice it. As you get closer to it, it looks quite confusing as how you might get it out. It seems quite flush with the ceiling. It seems that like it's been socketed in there. But
Can I try and like yank it?
yeah, you can try and yank it. Give me a strength check. Athletics.
So we'll roll it.
That would be handy.
Okay. As you touch it, you sort of like place your palm on it to try and get a good grip on it. There's like a sort of a bit of a flash, like it goes a bit more red, and it begins to heat up loads. And as you sort of like pull your hand back, you see there's like a handprint on the crystal, which is sort of like lingering. It's sort of this yellow handprint. Yeah, like it seems after a few seconds the handprint sort of fades away, and then the crystal begins to just get a bit like fainter again, like to the same faintness that it was. But like trying to get a grip on it is quite difficult. Yeah, You could
Okay,
potentially try and like
I'm gonna-
smash it with something, or try and pickaxe it out, maybe.
Yeah. I got a dagger. I'll try and like see if I can get it out with that.
Okay. Make me an athletics check with advantage for having a sort of prying agent. Oh, okay. It's a pretty good roll, but unfortunately it's still not really good enough to really get... You budget a little bit, and you like knock a bit of gravel, a bit of the stone away, so it begins to like loosen a tad, but you're not exactly sure about how you're going to... Like, if it immediately came loose, it would be this really big, heavy, like, crystal that just fell from the ceiling, and you wouldn't be able to catch it.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to fly back down and tell everyone what happened, and then maybe advise Scrimshaw to make Roxon fly. I'm gonna go back. Sorry, I just forget.
It's on your turn. Maybe you, if you want to borrow the carpet.
That's a good idea.
Slide the carpet on underneath Roxon's feet.
I guess I don't have a choice now.
Sorry, I thought you agreed.
No, I was just saying, is this a good idea? But fine, whatever.
Oh, I thought you said this is a good idea. Oh, okay.
I mean,
you know, why not? You're
yeah, that's good enough for me.
You can...
All right.
I love this so much.
If you do fall, just make sure you get very angry on the way down.
I'll be really angry with you because you made me do this.
Can I inspire Roxon?
Yeah, how are you going to inspire him?
I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder and just say, just picture whatever's up there is just the biggest mammoth child you've ever seen, and you just have to tear it limb from limb.
Right, it's not a child. I never killed a mammoth child.
And it said,
big mammoth.
I heard that crystal say that you had tiny little biceps.
And that your dick is small.
No, it's not. It's nice size. It's a good size. Get me up there.
I'll have at it.
Okay, I will attempt to rip the crystal a new one.
Okay, so you're going up on the carpet. Are you just on your own?
I assume so.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay.
I will try to rip it down.
All right. So you're going to fly up. So you're flying up on the carpet. Again, when you touch the crystal, again it gets really hot, and you sort of instinctively bring your hand away, and then it's that lingering handprint which just sort of glows there for a moment, and you're pretty sure that you see it like almost, I don't know, something in the handprint is sort of being absorbed almost into the crystal. Okay. 22. So you begin pulling it. Are you going to sort of like ignore the pain of it heating up?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got the inspiration as well.
I got the inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to use the inspiration dice as well? What dice is that?
It's a D6.
What is it? D10?
Hang on.
Yeah, we're level 13 now.
Yeah, hang on. I haven't used
another
Bardic Inspiration in a
D10.
while. I mean, at all. A D10 at 10th level, so it should be a D10.
Okay. It's a 3.
All right. 25 is really good. All right, so you begin. Yeah, you begin to scream out as you begin to pull this crystal out. It's getting hotter and hotter, and your hands feel like the skin is beginning to burn away. You take 25 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And pulling, and finally you begin to feel it release as you're sort of almost dangling from it, like jiggling up and down to try and loosen it. with the carpet just below you. You hear like a crack, and the crystal comes free. But it doesn't free fall as you initially might expect. You sort of like, as the crystal begins to loosen, you just sort of like hop back onto the carpet to see what happens, and you see it begin to descend very, very quite methodically and slowly into the center of the room. It seems to be on some sort of support, some sort of like a weird fleshy tendril almost that is like hanging from the ceiling as it begins to descend. And at this point, because you've held onto it for quite a long time, it's glowing pretty furiously, and it begins to glow brighter and brighter, and the entire fog of the room begins to clear around you guys. And suddenly, this like red crystal, you notice that this sort of like, it begins to open up. Almost, it no longer looks quite like a crystal. It looks like something that was maybe dormant that begins to open. It begins to open up as an eye in the center of this room, supported by this large tendril. Although it's not like a beholder, it almost looks like a very large tendril from a beholder eye rather than like the actual beholder itself. And it just begins to look at all of you like with this like big gaze. Although it hasn't said anything quite yet. But we'll take a break, shall we?
Sure.
Okay.
All right, let's take a break.
We fucked up.
Yeah.
What happened?
Roxon pulled the
All right, and we're back. All right, so before the break, what happened? You took the artifact belonging to Musai, believing that it would open the door if you knocked on it 3 times. Instead, what it did was teleported you. It seems to have teleported you to some cave. You're not sure whether it's on this the plane you recognise, or it's still in the Underdark, or where it is, but after walking around for a few moments, you spotted some sort of crystal structure on the ceiling, and upon trying to break it free, you realised that it wasn't quite a crystal, it was more of a disguised slumbering eye of some sort of creature that had embedded itself in the ceiling. But as this eye is looking around at all of you, it opens up fully, and you see the fleshy, sort of like bloodshot veins running through it. The eye itself is a bright, deep red, and it's just looking silently at all of you, just swishing around. There's a bit of like squelching from the tentacle as it like looks around and like it sort of writhes a little bit and gets itself loose and quite easy to move around.
I want to wave at it. Quite friendly, like, hi, who are you?
You speak I, right?
Yeah, I'll speak to it. I'll speak to it in the any some random. I don't know. Can it just understand me
Yeah, I think like if you just speak common and it understands you
with my sun and moon tongue? Yeah.
So the eye itself, by the way, is about the size of a person. It's pretty big.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. It's not like a cute little eye.
Not like an anime eye.
No. Yeah, it's just like an anime eye.
Kawaii, doesn't it?
Just starts crying. No, it's just sort of unblinkingly just staring at all of you.
Does it respond when I try and say hi to it?
It just sort of like looks at you slightly and looks you up and down. You see it begins to as it like looks you up and down. It begins to turn a bit orangey, and you notice that your palm print has begun to sort of like register on the surface of the eyeball again. As it's sort of like looking you up and down, it's like registering that palm print to you, and then it just sort of like fades away again, and then the eye is just sort of looking around at the rest of you.
Oh my gosh, it's Doctor Who! You're connected to the Dalek!
Oh.
What's Doctor Who?
Sorry, out of character.
Wild. Is it? It's not responding, right?
No, it seems friendly enough. I'm gonna smuggle and wave at it again and say, "Hi, we don't want to cause you any harm."
Can you ask it about the Elder Box?
We're looking for an elder box. Do you know where it is?
Friend or foe?
Friend. We're friends.
The voice itself isn't coming from the eye. There seems to be some sort of like disembodied voice which seems to resonate across the entire room, almost using the room as some sort of voice box that you're caught in the middle of. Like you feel the vibrations throughout your body. It is quite a feeling. It's interesting.
Cool. I answer friend very quickly.
It looks you back up and down. Elder box.
Yes.
It's just watching you.
Can you
Yes.
show us where it is? That'd be pretty cool.
You are friends.
Yes, friends.
Then why are you here?
We didn't know that someone would send us here. We came here looking. We were given an artifact that was meant to help us find an Elder Box. We didn't know it would bring us here. If we've interrupted you or upset you in any way, we didn't mean to, and we're sorry.
You're sorry? You feel like the vibration of him humming, like, all, like, shakes the entire floor, and you see all the little pebbles and stones rattling. Well, how are you going to make it up to me, then? Are you going to sing me a song, Bard? And the eye, like, scoops right onto your lute and just, like, looks it up and down.
I can if you want.
I've heard all of your songs. I've been here for a long time. You are not friends if you think that you have been sent here freely.
Why have we...
It must get lonely down here.
Yes! It has been a long time indeed since I have had someone to talk to.
Well, maybe she just sent us here so we could say hi and cheer you up a bit.
Who sent you here? You begin to see two more tentacle eyes begin to, like, apparate from the darkness and, like, scooch right up to you. And now they're sort of, like, surrounding almost you, like, floating around you, just, like, scanning you up and down, looking at you.
Can we ask who you are first?
Have you not heard of me?
I personally haven't. I'm very new to this plane altogether.
Are you related to someone or something that goes by the prophet of all things?
No! No. No.
Related, like family related. I don't think that all you out of world things are related or anything like that. Like, did you arrive together? Do you know each other?
I came before the prophets of all things.
Oh wow, you must be here a long time.
A very long time.
Do you like it when you get visitors? Or do you prefer to your own space? Because we can go if you want.
Where would you go?
No, just...
No. Someone really does not like you to send you here.
Oh, that's not very nice. Why does someone not like us?
That's my feelings hurt now.
Why is that? Is this some kind of prison or something?
It's more than a prison.
What is it?
You begin to see the lights, so like all the lights of these eyes begin to glow brighter and brighter, and you see 6 or 7 more of these tentacles begin to worm their way towards you as you begin to feel the ground shake, and entire sections of the floor begin to fall through, and you notice that these tentacles have themselves wrapped around these individual islands of stone, one of which you're sort of perched upon, and snaking up from the ground, from these like sort of now formed holes in the ground, these sinkholes, this absolutely massive head of what seems to be a beholder, at least 50 feet across, 60 feet, 70 feet across, with an eye that's maybe about 25 feet in diameter, maybe, or maybe 30. Maybe about 7 or 8 of these tentacle eyes begin to shoot up as you're all carried into the air on top of this like structure, as this like huge face of this beholder comes up to you and says, "This is my home."
Oh, well, sorry that we intruded on your home. We really didn't mean to.
I should thank you. It has been a long time since I've had guests.
You're welcome. I don't know if you use names. Do you have a name?
Manarax.
Manarax. Ooh, I recognize that name, but can't remember where from.
So, you were sent here by Musai. How is she doing these days? She owes me something.
Oh, what does she owe you?
Wouldn't you like to know?
He's the head
Oh.
of some form of council.
A council? Led by that prophet, I'm sure. Or at least guided.
Yes, guided is more accurate.
Speak
Hmm.
rather negatively of this prophet, and yet you seem to be involved with his high priest.
She's involved with me, more like. I have to say, I thought we would go somewhere, but she trapped me here.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Why did she
Oh.
trap
Right.
you here?
Really like some revenge.
All on his orders.
Whose orders?
The prophet, of course.
Oh, sorry, of course. Right. Well,
Then, do you know much about this prophet? You say you came here before him. Do you know, perchance, what he is?
I might do. Although it will not help you. It will just confuse you, I'm sure.
Well,
You're not-
actually, we'd quite like to know if you have some information. We'd really appreciate that. And if you really don't like this Murasai lady, maybe we could team up and get her back for you. Not like get her back like for you. I mean, like get her back as in do something bad to her to get her back for imprisoning you.
yeah. But also, before we proceed, where do you stand on mind flayers and elder brains?
Is this what you normally do? Come to someone's house and ask them questions?
Well, we didn't really on purpose come here, but now we're here. I thought maybe we could just, shoot the shit, chat a bit.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
so
honestly,
wonderfully interesting that
Yeah.
we
Honestly.
can't help.
You're the most interesting thing we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Let me give you a visual. It's a battle map, but there's no battle happening at the moment. But just so you have
It's
an
not
idea.
rare that we get to meet someone like you, and like, I mean, can you really blame us for wanting to get some of your very, I'm sure, unique knowledge and insight into current events?
You flatter me. I have to say that I could get used to this. I have not had the company of a group of people as bold as you for a long time. Usually when people get sent here, they cry, wet themselves, try and attack me. But you have a sense of... how do I put it? Honesty. Openness. What is it I sense in you?
We just don't like judging
Maybe it's
people
just
on base appearances.
Ah,
I think everyone's scared of that which is very different to themselves, which obviously is quite the case here.
yes. In all manners, I am different. I see things on a different level entirely to you.
How so?
My intellect works on a much higher level. It is absolutely impossible to refute such a statement.
Of course.
Hmm.
A being of
Granted.
a being of your power, of course, must, of course, by definition, wield such a wonderful intellect. This intellect, however, I must ask, Does it possess knowledge of some form of sentient planet?
Oh, when you ask questions like that, you get me excited.
Yes.
Mike,
Yeah,
the name Manorax.
yeah.
I recognise the name. I'm not 100% sure where from.
Make a history check.
Is that from this campaign?
Yeah,
Or is it from the...
it is. Yeah.
Was that the name of the planet thing?
No.
Or did we just have a vision of this beholder and it was called Manorax?
I'm not sure you had a vision, but you've heard of a huge beholder somewhere in the Underdark called Manorax.
Can't remember the context.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Well, this sentient planet was related to, I believe, people mentioned was related to someone named Ashen?
Yes. The sons of the city of the planet born dead very often come up with stupid names for themselves.
This planet
So you're
born
not a
dead,
fan
what
of
is
these,
it?
One at a time. Sorry, is that what you say?
You go.
This planet born dead, what is it?
Estar, the world born dead. It is You see, like, as he chuckles to himself, recollecting, there's like a sort of flash in his eyes of some sort of trauma, and he sort of withdraws for a moment, just like withdrawing into his head, as the tentacles with the eyes on come back and begin to sort of like shake themselves out, almost like he's trying to forget a memory. He says, "This is the reason why you are here, and the reason why I am too."
But you said Musai trapped you here.
Yes.
Does Musai serve this planet born dead?
No. But she serves one of its offspring. One of its things that it leaks out from time to time with their own aspirations.
Are the Elder Brains, are they of this planet as well?
No,
Are you of this planet?
No, not originally, no. I have spent a long time in a lot of different places. The Mind Flayers, they have had quite an interesting adventure over their time. It's hard to tell whether they are entirely honest with their accounting.
Are they from the same place as you? Or?
No. They had their own planet a long time ago.
Oh, he's from the far realm. But some connection to Gira. So it says in my notes.
You say they had a planet.
Yes.
What happened to it?
Are you talking about what happened to it, or what will happen to it?
Well, you mentioned they had a planet in the past tense. I imply they don't have this planet anymore.
Sometimes things don't work out that easily. The Mind Flayers, the old brain that you know, and I know of your dealings with them. You have shared that information with me through your palm. They do not come from the past. They come from the future.
Okay.
Are they us?
I have no idea how to answer that question. I do not know where they're really from. They came back from what I've heard. This is an interesting conversation, isn't it? I have not had a chance to chinwag for a long time. They came back from the future when their planet was destroyed by Esther. They returned to try and do something about it, and accidentally brought Esther to their world 500 years ago instead, when they returned. Then they escaped and ended up here. At least this is what they claim.
Do you know where the Elder Brain is?
I haven't kept track of this stuff for a long time. I've been trapped in wherever this is for a good few years now.
They would believe themselves the enemies of this planet born dead, would they not?
The Mind Flayers?
Yes.
You would have to ask them. I think they've given up all hope of returning to their planet. Both in the future and the past, it has been destroyed.
Question. You're from the Far Realm, is that right?
Yes, like many of my kin.
Is that the same place the Oracle is from? I say with air quotes.
Well, the Prophet of all things.
Yeah.
In a sense.
But it's not the same place that the Mind Flayers are from. And also, while we're here, do you know this person? I point to Gira.
Should I?
I don't know. It says on my notes that they have a connection. Gira has a connection to this person.
Do I, Gira?
Well, Manarax.
Do I have a connection to you?
I've control F my notes a few times while you were saying that, and I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I don't know why I've written that. I don't know where it came from. I just like
Maybe you made it up in your head.
Yeah, maybe it's like an
hold on.
connection.
Let me scroll
Maybe it's
back.
a fetish thing for you.
You carry on. I'm going to see if
Mona
there were a couple names.
It just resembles old Dragonborn get attacked by many tentacles.
keep talking.
Don't stop.
Okay, I'll just get rid of that if that's not relevant.
He says, I do not think I have something to do with your Dragonborn friend. But I have been betrayed in the past, so it would not surprise me.
So this Musai, you say she serves one of the Planet Born Zed's children.
In a sense. It is hard to really put a finger on where the prophet comes from. He does keep to himself. But it would not surprise me. Not with all the other things that happened when he came here.
Is he at all... I don't know if I've heard of this. But, is he at all related to the children? The 4 children? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, there's the 4 children. Let me see if
We have names for those.
Yes, I'm just the 4 children. Jitters, Blight, Creeps, and Yara.
No, Yara's from the Feywild. She's fine. She's lovely.
No, wait.
No,
What?
no, that's Shai you're thinking of.
Oh, Shai. Yara's
Yeah.
Yara's the one with Scrimshaw, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Was that?
So one of the poor children?
No,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Yara wasn't. It was the demon
Yara-
related.
No, Yara's angst. There's angst, creeps, blight, and jitters, and they wander the plains looking for their younger sister. There's actually 5 children,
Yeah.
and they
I
want to
think
be.
Yara was a potential idea for who the other one was, because I don't think we knew the name of the other one.
I think she just matched one of the I think her description matched one of the paintings.
Yeah.
It was her, but it seems not to be. Yeah, do you know those 4?
Should I?
No, we're just kind of. You seem very knowledgeable, so we're kind of just asking you a lot of questions. Sorry, if it gets too much, just say and we'll stop.
No, I find your thirst for knowledge very appetizing.
Well, that works well for us.
You see his mouth begin to drool a little bit.
I look at Brother Ekin right now, like, how is he responding to all this?
He has stone skinned himself and he's like lying on the floor, like trying to blend in.
Wow.
What are you doing?
True hero of the revolution.
He's like, well, none of you noticed until just now, so I thought it'd work.
I love this so much. He's just been holding his breath the whole time.
By any manner, is there any chance that you know why the prophet won't talk about the mind flayers?
Say that again, sorry, your microphone went a bit funny.
The prophet of all things, use air quotes again. He won't say who it's, they. I don't really know the pronouns.
You're going quiet again.
I think he goes by he. Is that right?
Have they ever been referred to as he? By
I think the prophet goes by any.
They just go by they. We can go by they if that's what they want. I don't mind.
Is there? Do you know the reason why they won't speak about the mind flayers whatsoever?
Because the mind flayers don't like him very much, I assume.
Then, I mean, if they were at odds with the mind flayers, then surely they would want to give whatever information would lead to the mind flayers' downfall.
Perhaps, but you are assuming that the prophet wants the mind flayers' downfall. I think it suits the prophet very nicely to have someone that it can worry about.
I'm sorry if this information or inquiry upsets you in any way. Previously, when speaking of the planet of all things, your eyes seem to change. Now, I'm not familiar with you or your kind, so I can't really speak for emotional patterns or the facial expressions. You seem to have exhibited some form of trauma.
I don't know what you're talking about. And begins to go withdrawn again.
I think you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I do not! And the entire cabin begins to shake.
It's okay. It's okay. We're not looking to judge.
There's nothing.
Help to talk through these things.
There is nothing. You'd be wise to not ask again.
Okay, we're wise.
I
Are we?
am deeply sorry.
Mhm.
I'm just afraid, you see. The planet's coming here.
Well, maybe. Maybe not.
That's not very helpful.
Well, you think that this is some sort of Some sort of place?
I don't know.
What is it?
So, well, I suppose it falls under the definition of a place, but it's more of a plane, I suppose.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's coming to Erd.
Sure, but we are not in Erd.
Where are we?
Does this look like Erd to you?
I mean, I haven't been everywhere in Erd, so I guess it could be, but by the way that you're speaking, I'm guessing it's not.
Yeah, I mean, as far as we knew, we had actually heard of you before, but we'd heard that you were in the Underdark, and if this isn't Earth, then presumably that would make this not the Underdark.
My location is in the Underdark, but my body... No, this is... He begins to look around a little bit and is sort of telepathically moving the stones around you, and you begin to notice that the actual floor that's sort of shattered. It seems to be more of a projection than physically happening, and the eye tentacles begin to shift open a bit, and you see there's just stars below, for the whole distance below you. There's stars, galaxies, strange, sort of morphing, spacey, sort of nebula. He says, "You're a very long way from home."
So, are we on a spaceship right now?
Are we here physically?
I don't know how to answer that question.
No.
I think so.
I don't know. Want to throw it out there.
Why? So, did you have an argument with Murasai? Murasai. And now she just sends people she doesn't like here? Also, when did she not start not liking us? I'm pretty offended by that, to be honest, but... Well, yeah, why would she send us here? And why didn't you like her? What did she do?
I can see Erd from here.
Can we actually see it?
No. Well, I mean, make a perception check.
Hang
Can
on.
you make...
I just want to prove that it's a globe.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Is it round?
No.
No, it's flat.
Manorax looks around and says, I don't know why she didn't like you, but she sent you here. The only reason I've kept you alive is because I don't like her either.
Well, if you've kept us alive because you don't like her, then that must mean you have some purpose for us to get back at her, right?
You mentioned you were going to go somewhere with her, I believe.
Well, perhaps I could enjoy her downfall from afar. I'd prefer to be there to see it, of course.
And how, pray tell, would we be involved?
How would you be involved? I don't know. And as he begins to finish his sentence, you begin to notice that his face seems to flicker a little bit and almost begins to morph away, straight almost glitchily, like some sort of strange projection. He just begins to fade away, and then suddenly you all begin to feel like slapping on your faces as you're sort of like woken up. You all awaken back in the Black Spire as you notice that it's a pretty much a scene of kind of chaos. Like a lot of Dragar have been arrested. There's drow troops that have swarmed into the building, have like moved all of you and like roped you all up, and have like secured the area, including Brother Ekid. And Brother Ekin, sorry, I keep saying Ekid for some reason. As you notice that Captain Iridel and Musai both are walking in, and Musai walks right up to you and says, "Fantastic! You did a very fine job at distracting me, Jogar."
You lied to us.
She reaches down and grabs the thing. Well, I hope I gave you enough.
Bitch, what the fuck?
Now, no need for that. Your trial, I'm sure, will be fine for that. Do you think the Prophet wouldn't have told me your little plan with the Dragar? I saw it come from your own mouths, and then you lied to me. That's unfortunate, isn't it? Brother, you all notice that your arms and legs have been bound. Your weapons have been taken from you. You're just sort of chilling at the moment.
Is Iridel the one that left previously?
Yeah. Captain Iridel says, "Well, we knew that the only way we could finally get to the Brotherhood is to let them in and then honeypot them. Oh dear. What a shame."
Oh, we got so caught up in something we don't even care about.
You manipulative sons of bitches. And daughter, I do apologize.
I take no offense. Brother Ekin is sort of like, he's gagged. Well, the rest of you aren't, but he is. And he's just sort of like, you can tell he's just like, "Fuck you!" as he just like is led off.
Is he looking at us as he says it, or Musai?
No, he's looking at Musai and the drow.
Why even get us involved in this? Clearly you had the power to just take this place by force to begin with.
Well, you offered.
You...
No, I don't think we did. We just wanted to get a bit of the building and leave, but you sort of just got wrapped up in this.
We came here with the sole intent of getting one inconsequential piece of metal or something of practically zero value, so that we could stop your world being overthrown by mind flayers, and this is what you do to us.
Now, there's no mind flayers here.
Yes, there are, but there might be
that
now,
you
but
know
there
of.
will be soon.
Well, I am honestly sorry.
And they will come down into the Underdark.
Musai says, "Listen, you did a great service by helping us overthrow the Emperor, but this is not your city, and you are getting yourself too involved in our politics."
We don't want to be involved in your politics. We just want to get the bit of the Black Spire and leave.
You got us involved in this.
That's all the Prophet's will.
You could have just given
The
us...
Prophet or the planet-born dead?
And what do you mean by that, elf?
I think you know exactly what I mean.
Now. Noble blood runs through my veins. But
Yes, that's how I know you're a bitch.
vicious mockery. Bam. Well, then in that case, you have nothing else to say, do you? Oh, what should we do with them, Iridel? I don't want to kill them. And Iridel says, we could let them go.
Yes, I like that idea.
Smart man.
Good decision. Very wise.
Well, I don't want to pretend like they didn't just work with the enemies of the state. But, you know, sometimes it is better to have a good exiling.
Hmm.
Can we at least have a bit of the Black Spire?
You know what? Go ahead. You will not be able to do much with it anyway, I'm sure. You will just be killed, going to that godforsaken place, and you'll probably become one of them.
Yeah, okay, well, worth a shot, isn't it? Great. Can you get it for us, or can we just, like, break a bit off? Might try and bite the wall.
She just throws like a screw at you from like a support strap.
Is that like the right? Is it the right thing?
Seems like it. Seems
Or
like it.
like the old part.
Yeah. It seems like it.
Cool. Right. Thanks. Right. Let's go.
Remember
Anyone
the
hire
prophet.
us all?
Remember the prophet's watching you.
Yeah. He can watch us all we like. Pervert.
You must remember, every single empire falls one day.
Shut up! Shut up!
Stop.
Just stop threatening them. That sounded so threatening. Save the back talk until they've let us go.
Yeah, talk shit once we're untied.
Oh, and we met your friend, by the way.
Yes, I thought that you would speak to him. He's not real, of course. I just told the amulet to pretend.
Yeah, okay.
Don't think that you got any valuable information from him. He just tells rubbish.
Insight check.
Go
He
ahead.
felt real to me.
There you go.
Bond.
You know, she doesn't sound like she believes it. Like, she's not sure. You assume that the only time that she's experienced it is from other people's perspectives. So, like, she probably hasn't done it herself. So she doesn't know whether it's the real Manorax or not.
Right, gotcha.
But
Why don't we just take her there?
she's taken the thing back now.
Oh.
Have you ever used this on yourself?
Why would I?
Well, surely you must be curious, right?
And if it's not real, then there should surely be nothing to fear for you.
Oh no, there's plenty to fear in things that are not real. Why do you think cults are so popular?
I mean, they tend to actually summon real things. They just tend not to be what they expected to be.
Cults are definitely real. I've met a few. I'm in one.
I'm not saying that cults aren't real.
I'm also in a cult. Yeah, gotcha. Not in a cult.
No, the only
Wow.
truth, the one
No.
truth is the prophet of all things.
Roxon, you're a cult classic.
I like this guy now.
No.
Well, be gone, we're all of you. And don't come
Okay.
back.
You're very rude.
Bye.
Just wanted you to know that.
Well, I think you're very ugly.
Well, that was just.
Can I cutting words that insult? Because I feel like that would do actual damage to him.
13 initiative.
It's your choice. You can either start a fight, or you can,
No.
or you can teleport out. It's your choice.
I don't know. It would be quite nice to get that amulet.
Would be quite nice to, because they did call me ugly. But not ugly.
Yeah, could you just untie this one, like point at Scrimshaw's hands, so we can teleport out?
No worries. I will teleport you out myself.
Okay, but where are you going to send us?
That is a good question. Where would you like to be sent?
Yeah,
I feel like you're going to send us the exact place we don't want.
It's just back to Manarax. Why didn't it work the first time?
Yeah, I think we would rather teleport ourselves out, if that's okay, just because you do have a history of, teleporting us places that we don't really want to go.
She laughs and then there's a flash as she casts teleport on you.
She's such a bitch. I hate her.
Don't you?
I mean, we can just be ruling.
Yeah. I don't want to go where she's teleporting me.
Oh, well, are you going to counterspell it?
I can counterspell it.
I think you should counterspell it for fun.
Creatures, right?
Huh?
Hang on.
Creatures, right?
I can't hear you because that keeps talking.
Counterspell requires somatic components, so I can't, sadly.
Yeah, your hands are currently tied.
Teleport doesn't work if someone's not willing, right?
Sure. If you're not going to will yourself, then I will make you do a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Well, looks like Roxon's getting teleported out.
Is that a thing?
That's how I've done it in the past when we've had unwilling teleports.
Oh, God.
Goodbye, son.
Hi, everybody.
Bye!
I'll see if over half the group succeeds, then everyone stays.
Okay. I will... That's a fail.
I guess I'll let it happen then, because otherwise...
Yeah, we don't want to be split up, so...
Okay. There's a flash of light and you're teleported back to Erstwalk.
Okay. I don't like that she knows where we live, but whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing she was basically threatening you with. She knows your teleportation circle.
Oh.
Shonok's gonna enter the building and just slam the door behind him.
Hey!
He's pissed.
Be careful with those doors! Expensive.
How's the lead room coming on?
His lad.
How's the what?
How's the lead room coming on?
Oh, well, it's only been a couple of days. I think it's been like a day.
They said it would only take a couple of days, though, didn't they? Because we paid them extra.
Yeah, I mean, going upstairs, you do hear the sounds of banging. And that's not just Halcyon, it's also the builders. But yeah, you going upstairs, you see a few people coming in and out carrying like sheets of lead walling, I guess. Halcyon making a cup of tea and saying, "Did you know that they've been storing that dirty lead in our sink?" I don't think I have to tell you, but that's not the best place to store lead, in a sink.
Where should you store lead?
Well, preferably somewhere away from humans. But then again, you're making a room out of it, so it's your choice. Oh, you're back, by the way. How are you doing?
Not great. They called me ugly.
What,
I feel sad about it.
the mind flayers?
No.
Oh, no, not
the other
yet.
No, we didn't quite get that far. We got teleported away.
Oh dear. Well, at least you didn't get killed again.
No, true. I am alive, I think.
We do have our route of getting there now, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna sending Stone Tarman and just ask, like, hi, just wondering if you're around, if you've been successful, if you could just have a general update, that would be nice.
Sorry, I haven't returned our call.
After a few moments, you hear she's sort of whispering into it. She's like, "On a mission. I'll be back in a bit."
Oh, so she's on a mission. She'll be back in a bit. So should we wait?
I guess.
I guess we just, yeah.
Right. Well then, what else? Oh, we need to go get those helmets as well, right?
we put in an order for the helmets in town.
Oh, I think those were the ones that were going to be done in 2 days. The helmets, yeah.
Hmm.
Well, they're here. I'll just go up and ask the person. Is the person who we bought the helmets off around?
Me and Darkbridge. Oh, you mean like
Okay.
working on the thing?
Yeah.
I don't think he is. He's got like his brothers working in the house.
Have they dropped off any helmets?
Not as of yet, no.
Oh, we have to go into Darkbridge.
You could ask one of them to bring the helmets when they're done.
Yeah, I will do.
Okay, there you go. Okay, I will bring the helmet when it is done.
Okay, thanks.
Cool.
Just do it maybe in the morning. You could go back and, like, when you go back to, and then once you pass the shop in the morning, just pick them up for us.
Sure, yeah, no, I'll carry 2 helmets on top of all the other heavy stuff we have to carry.
Thanks.
Thanks. I give him like 2 gold.
He's like, are there any more things you want me to carry?
No.
You could
That's
carry
it.
out a revolution in the Underdark.
I don't know what that is, but I will bear that in mind.
There's a right bitch in control there. She's awful. I hate her. She deserves to die.
Okay. Well, I hope that's not what the lead room is for.
Well,
Oh no, it would be soundproof.
No comment.
It would be much more focused on soundproofing if that were the case.
I mean, we do offer those services as well.
no, this is just, we just need a magic proof room, that's what it is.
Actually, should it?
Which I think something's wrong with your voice box today.
But, like, if it's got like 4 inches of lead, right, it's going to be soundproof.
No, because you want to break up the sound. Like, lead is a pretty good transmitter of sound.
Okay. Alright, fine, we'll go and get it soundproofed as well.
Are you sure you're not trying to make more money?
No, this is all established science. I have no qualifications, but I
Right.
did once do a summer course on soundproofing. So
Wait, if you're knowledgeable about science, is the world flat or round?
I think he just said he's not knowledgeable.
I thought it was some sort of oblate spheroid.
No, it's flat. Have you never looked at a map before? Idiots.
Tunak's just gonna scream into his palms
We don't have globes.
and then retire to his bed to sleep. He is done with the world today.
Yes,
Always getting his pantaloons in a twist.
I was always under the impression that it was sort of squished on the 2 north and south poles.
No, it's just flat. Like, stupid if you think it's round. That doesn't make any logical sense.
Why?
Well, you know, if it were round, you'd be able to see the curvatures when you look out to the sea, but you can't.
Can't you?
No. Shut up.
I mean, if the world was flat,
The curvature is just because your eyes are round. That's why it looks round.
Yes, because your eyes are round.
I mean, I actually believe that our eyes are flat.
You hear a scream from upstairs.
Come outside and step on the carpet with me.
Listen, if the world was flat, then we wouldn't have mountains, okay? And we do have mountains, so the world's
How
not
does
flat.
that work? Why would we not have mountains?
Because it would be flat.
No, I mean as in.
Oh.
No, that's not what I mean. I don't mean it's physical. No, I just mean the actual, you know, thing lands. You know, shut up.
Come with me.
What do you want? What do you want, Scripture?
Get on the carpet.
Oh God, are you going to push him off?
No, just because we disagree on something, Scripture, doesn't mean you have to try to kill me.
Are you going to take him into space?
Fine, I'll get on the carpet.
I'll get on with him, and I'm just going to keep going up.
Are you gonna try and kill? I'll take you with me.
I think you'll probably end up like running out of air before you see any noticeable curvature of the horizon.
I mean,
Yeah. I can't. Scripture, you do realize I need to breathe. I know you don't, but
Just hold your breath.
no, stop,
It's getting very high up now.
stop this, stop.
Stop talking. It's wasting valuable breath.
I swear to God, if I die, I'm taking you with me.
Suddenly you hear the music change, and it's space music. I don't have any.
Can we see the image of the Earth?
Yeah, and above the horizon, you see, above the clouds, you see the sun streaming down, and for some reason, it's now black, and the stars everywhere. As the carpet is going higher and higher into the air, and you feel like your eyes are about to burst. Make a perception check, Rox. Make a perception check.
Who's making the perception check?
Roxon, because you are trying to prove to yourself whether the Earth is flat.
Prove to myself.
As it currently stands, your vision is sort of going a bit tunnel vision because you're running out of oxygen, but the horizon you look at does look kind of flat currently. You'd probably need to go a bit higher if you wanted to see some noticeable curvature.
See, even Scrimshaw thinks it's flat.
Yeah, it's definitely it's definitely flat. Like definitely flat.
Sherlock doesn't know what's going on, but he just, like, instinctively, he feels like this cold shudder, like, just come across his whole body, and he just screams the whole house down. He is had enough.
I don't know why he's so angry about it.
He's so loud you hear him up in space.
Jeez. Well, thank you for proving my point, Scripture.
I don't understand. Could you not see it was a circle looking round? I mean,
No, it was flat.
You saw it being flat as well.
but I mean, it was a line in a circle around the edge.
No, it was flat. There was no curvature. It was flat.
You couldn't see as far as the world goes.
Look,
It was-
you've been
it was
fed
just
a lie
you see
by
little-
you've been fed a lie by scientists and people with that actually have qualifications. Okay.
Maybe it's just a big circle. And that's what you can see.
I
Yeah,
could
but we-
believe a
we
big
could see
circle.
the ends of the world.
Are you sure?
Look,
Yes.
Maybe the further you get away, the smaller everything gets.
look. When as a child, Arnax taught me that it's all flat. Okay. It's not round or anything. That's stupid. Okay. And Arnax is very smart, so I'm gonna believe Arnax.
Oh god,
Well-
Arnax is now canonically a flat earther. Although he does come across as someone who would believe that
Everyone
Earth's
in the
flat.
Frostbleed clan is a flat earther.
Aaron taught me.
Flat earther.
So, and he was way smarter.
No, because you remember when Arnax showed us how to get through the mountains? Yeah, and it was easy, and he didn't even have to, it was so easy for him.
Has he ever made one of me?
No,
Yeah,
but
but
you're
not that impressive.
you're stupid, and all you are is a cup holder, so shut up, Scrimshaw.
Has Arnax ever written a tome on planar
It
travel?
helps cut someone about 20 years, alright?
Yeah, Halcyon's
You're
like,
heading to
wow,
sleep.
burn.
Wait.
Is this the clarified version of my dad can beat up your dad?
Wait, I mean, my dad could definitely be a good.
No, we couldn't. My dad, no. That was mean. But what would I expect from a soulless robot cup holder?
Oh, Halcyon's like, oh, burn.
I feel like this is how the Clive time disbands.
My dad might have been able to beat up your dad.
Your dad might be my dad.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe
Well,
we're
my dad was a
brothers.
war hero. Your dad was just a prick and left you.
That is true. Your daddy did leave you Scrimshaw.
And he used you as a
One
cup
point,
holder.
so-
My dad never used me as a cup holder.
Just went out for milk.
Look,
Is that a long trip for milk?
he went out for cigarettes. Well,
Anyway.
yeah. Well, I'm glad that you've all decided to talk about the shape of the planet, but there is currently a bunch of burly men working in the room opposite who are overhearing this, and I think it's coming across quite unprofessionally. Would you say?
We're paying them. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, they're the ones who are going to go back to Darkbridge and tell the entire town about their experience at the mighty Clive 5 Manor.
Well, you know.
Well, I'm a bard and I can change everyone's mind.
Yeah, where's Giro? He could change.
I
whatever
say
he wants.
raiding one of the cabinets for a bottle of rum.
Ooh,
Worst
rum.
worse, we just get Giro to, make them forget everything.
Ooh, that's rum from Port Del Ron. That is nice stuff. Now, I know the merchant who makes it. He makes it to order. There's actually...
That's expensive. Do we have anything a bit cheaper to give them?
Well,
I just look at her like dead in the eyes and I say, "Have you ever had rum from the Feywild?"
I
Ooh,
can't say I have.
I lived in the Feywild. Did you know?
But actually, this is rum that you'll never have tasted before. Give it a taste.
Give it a swig.
It tastes very fishy. It's like got that rummy alcohol sweet kick, and then there's like an anchovy taste to it.
So like just kind of sighs like the most mournful, dreadful sigh you've ever heard, and he just says, "This will do," and he leaves.
How's
It's
it?
like taking a whole tequila shot, but in a glass, with the salt and the lemon.
Yeah, Halcyon turns to Morna and says, "Did you know they put a whole squid in the barrels when they're fermenting it?"
Nice. That's probably why it's so tasty.
It's a special flavour. It's just Port Del Ron that does it.
Yeah.
So you've got this. So what did you get? You got a...
This. I've got it.
I've got it. She threw it at me. Yeah, a bit of the Black Spire.
This bolt.
Wow. And that's going to get you to the Elder Brain.
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know if I want to fight an Elder Brain. Do you think we can?
Yeah.
Possibly, frankly, but who else is going to do it, right?
Yeah, we're just waiting for Tammin to get back. She said she was going to round up some other of the monks from my order, so we could. We'll go have a bit of backup. So once she gets back, we'll probably head off. I guess we'll just wait around for her, right?
Hmm.
She said she was on a mission.
We could always.
I'll talk to her tomorrow.
I mean, we could always see if Aaron and Delirial return as well. If they are back, we could really do with some people with a bit more mental fortitude.
Yeah.
It's our last encounter with the Inflect Devourers did not go as we would hope. So something presumably much, many magnitudes stronger than those might be a problem.
Mm. That does seem like an issue.
How's Rita?
Oh, well, I was just about to say that she's doing very well. Seems that being taken out of that dark hovel that you had her in has done her some good.
Yeah, you're probably right.
She tends to just scream occasionally.
Just scream. That's all she does.
Nah, just so occasionally, just like
It's probably the PTSD.
yeah, just a traumatic scream.
Oh,
Cool.
being
Cool.
Oh, I hope they don't do that all night. I want to get some shut-eye.
any idea what specific traumatic event caused that?
To be honest,
Having your brain infiltrated by a tadpole, having your childhood snatched away by a cult, having
yeah,
your
it was
body
pretty
frozen to
brutal.
death by someone.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty brutal upbringing. They just kind of leave you to fend for yourself.
Oh, also the forced suicide attempt as well. That was
Oh yeah, that would probably be yeah.
that's quite traumatic.
Well, you know, just got to get over it, haven't you?
I'm sure it wasn't
Oh my god.
cold, right? That probably wasn't really even
Yeah,
play
the
into it,
whole
right?
completely avoidable dying for a common cold.
It's a pretty unavoidable, very understandable kind of cold that saved your life.
Hey, I didn't like being stabbed to death by Morna, but I'd always scream in the sleep.
Yeah, she seemed to enjoy that.
Look,
Yeah,
I
it
just
was
like to
just,
practice my stabbing technique every now and again, guys. It's not weird.
To be fair, I mean, to kill you did give Morna a lot of stabbing practice. It took a while.
Yeah, you have a very thick neck.
Yeah, I do. A lot of blood.
Day's neck day.
A lot of blood.
Monday, Tuesday.
Lots of blood. Takes a while to kill me because I'm strong.
Okay, well, so we
Okay.
get some sleep, and I'll message Hammond in the morning and see if he's anywhere closer.
Shunnock's emptied the bottle into himself and is probably asleep in the stable somewhere.
With Clive?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
People near Clive probably hears him like saying to Clive about how Clive's the only person who understands him.
Yeah.
He just falls asleep.
All right, so you all go off to bed, settle down. The next day comes around. You still haven't heard from Taman. She hasn't turned up yet.
I'm gonna send her a little message being like, hey, we have the thing from the Black Spire. Just let me know how you're getting on with rallying the troops.
Yeah, a few moments pass, and she replies again saying, "Sorry, this is taking a little bit longer than I thought."
Okay, shall we just go ahead without you?
Wait, what are you doing? Are you going to fight the Elder Brain?
Well, that was the plan. Might wait for Illyriel and Aaron though.
That'll be a month, won't it? Almost a month.
Is it? I thought it was just sometime in the next month.
Well, it could be up to a month. I mean, that might be I think that's the smartest choice. And it means that if the Elder Brain ends up feeling successful over whatever happens in Dormont, then it might not expect an attack.
Yeah.
It's point actually, if we wait a month, then we basically letting it do what it wants in Dormont.
Yeah, I do worry a bit.
It would also give us time to maybe prevent that.
I do worry that there's going to be no Grace of the Crow because all of the kids are going to get killed, which isn't really what I'm for. I feel like maybe it's the sooner rather than later.
I suppose if we were to go help out in Dormont and that whole royalty getting overthrown by a Mind Flayers thing, by the time we're done with that, maybe Aaron and Delirial.
How would that even work?
Would what work?
Just going in there and saving people? I don't understand.
Well, we know that the bodies have the influx powers in them ready to pounce out. You could sneak in, give the brains a little stab.
That's true. We could do that.
Fortunate could talk us in.
Into the Grace of the Crow?
No, into the Royal Palace.
Shunnock is very hungover and he's just staring at you.
Yeah, he's not there. He's asleep and he's sleeping with Carl. No, not Carl. Clive.
It's still in the night. Is this, or is this
Yeah.
Nah, this is the next.
Oh,
This is
that's
the next.
the next
one.
morning, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, this is the next morning.
Yeah, he's just in the kitchen and he's just glaring at all of you. Not intentionally, he's just hung over to the point where he just sees only misery and pain everywhere he looks, and he's just done. He's just eating nondescript meat, and he's just like,
Halcyon
I can talk you into anything.
Halcyon chucks over like a mug of coffee. Try this. It's good on hangovers. But you don't have this in the Feywild, huh?
In the Feywild, you don't get hungover. And he just gets a swig of the coffee.
Hmm.
What's your taste?
What did you say, Richard?
Sentient, what's your favourite taste?
What's your favourite taste, Chinook?
Well, that's really strange. It's hard to describe on this plane. On this plane, my favorite taste is steak, but they have specific meats in the Feywild.
Okay, prestidigitation. Your coffee now tastes like steak.
Ew.
Scrimshaw don't know.
I put the coffee down. I just kind of slowly walk towards Scrimshaw, and I give him like the awkwardest bear hug that someone whose dump stat is strength could give. It's just the tiniest hug that Shunak can manage, and he just like releases with tears in his eyes, his hands on Scrimshaw's shoulder, and he just says, "Thank you," and he just goes to the coffee and downs it.
I like strawberries. You never make my food taste like strawberries.
Oh, sorry. I can do.
No, it's fine. I just didn't know that you could actually do that. You know, would have been nice. I've eaten a lot of disgusting rations in the past.
Sorry.
Maybe next time you could pop with
Dick.
something.
I only really just thought about it. Food taste isn't exactly the top of mind.
So, are we just gonna go fight an Elderbrain today? Is that the plan?
No.
I feel like there are two routes here. We either wait for Aaron and Illyriel, in which case we might as well go try and sort out this situation in Dormont, or we head off as soon as possible and just go.
Can we kill it with us 5?
The fire.
We'd have better chances if we waited for backup.
I agree. Last time we tried, we fucked up royally. I'd rather wait for backup.
Yeah. Also, cannon fodder.
Also, I don't want to have to kill you and revive you all over again. That.
Oh, if you're staying with us, that's probably going to happen at some stage.
I don't want to kill you, though.
Don't worry, I'll kill you if I have to, Scrimshaw.
I mean, we'll probably die of our own accord at some
Yeah,
stage.
but I don't specifically want to be the one causing you to die. I don't actually like killing things. Why do you think I chose? Why do you think I chose singing and poetry instead of becoming a knight?
You're kind of in the wrong group if you don't want to kill things. We kill things. Quite a lot, actually.
Big things.
In fact, it's, big things. It's almost always our go-to for most situations is to kill something.
Connor just starts crying.
You cry a lot.
It's okay, Chinook. I don't like killing things either, but if I have to, I'll do it. Halcyon gets a knife and just starts picking the table with it.
He just failed at a revolution, and now he's being told that he will have to be killing things constantly now, and he's just done. He's also hungover.
He's also realised that the Earth is flat.
If you don't like killing things, why do you eat steak?
Because I'm not the one killing things.
So you'd rather someone else do it for you?
Yes. Yes, I would.
I do not respect that answer.
You don't have to.
In the Dancing Coast, we kill anything we need to. It's a free-for-all.
Have you ever killed anyone, Halcyon?
Officially, or in real life?
In real life?
Oh, yeah.
Like when?
Oh, I didn't realise this was turning into an interview. Like,
It's not. I was just wondering if you'd killed anyone. Just chatting.
oh well, no, yeah, I have.
I have also killed people before. I just don't like it.
Me and my
I
husband,
don't like it.
we had some, great times, great adventures.
Often. Oh, don't worry. Ignore me.
So what is it that you're waiting for? Health. Who are you waiting for? You're waiting for Erin and Illyriel to get back,
Yeah.
and then you're going to team up with them.
I can ask Aaron about the fork. Today is good again.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, I think that Dormont is probably a good thing that we could be doing.
I think we should just leave it. I think that if we...
Just let the royal family be taken over?
Well, I just think that if we go there and interfere, that Elderbrain will know that we're coming, whereas if we just kind of...
I mean, it already knows, right? We've been to the Grace of the Crow.
Yeah, but they might not know that we're actually coming to it, going to it.
Does going to help the royal family give any extra knowledge towards that?
Yeah, because they'll know that we're interfering, that we're interested. Whereas if we just go quiet for like a couple weeks while we wait for Erina and Illyriel to return, then they're less likely to know that we're, still interested, still coming.
Perhaps my shield will sell in that time as well.
I don't know if it is a good idea to wait. How hard can it be? It's just a brain, right?
I mean, you could have a break. I think that you've been at it pretty hard recently, and you've almost forgotten what it is to chill out.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a big fight, you might as well rest beforehand. Don't busy yourself with stuff that hopefully will sort itself out when the Elderbrain's killed.
Yeah, exactly. I think that
What do you all do for fun? I thought this is what you do for fun.
Scrimshaw
drink.
and I spar. We can spar
Wait.
if you want to know.
Wait, was that supposed to be for fun?
Yeah, it's fun for me, being your ass.
Oh God. Like, all that happened, you just beat me until I splintered so much. The repairing made me more durable. That wasn't fun for me. That was excruciating pain for the whole year.
Schnook,
You
Pretty
just put
funny.
the streets to make me more durable.
we can spar outside if you want. Fists
I'll
and
rescue
things.
someone if they'd like.
After Scrimshaw's winning review, I think I'll have to pass on that.
We can
Thank
spar if
you,
you'd like,
though.
Chinook. We can wrestle.
Mona, do you want to spar outside for a bit?
Yeah.
Chinook, I think that the two of us might be more evenly matched in hand to hand.
Perhaps, yes.
How about we have a free-for-all?
I think that sounds like a terrible idea and we should not do that.
How about we do teams? Me and Morna. That's you two.
Yeah, fists and feet only.
Yeah.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
Or maybe just me and Roxon, we can do fists and feet.
We could do
What about
grappling too.
Gira? It's
Oh yeah, Gira. How about me and Morna versus you three?
I mean,
No spells.
No spells.
This
Just
doesn't seem
fight.
fair.
Just fighting.
So-
No weapons. Just fists and just what God gave you.
So let me get
I
this.
mean, what God gave Gira is quite different to what God gave me.
Yeah,
I
God
mean,
clearly didn't like Gira.
Does
So
it,
God
does it
gave
really
him
help
magical
human terms
powers.
of
He's a
God?
cleric.
Yeah, so God gave him all of his power.
Well, they gave me big fuck off muscles.
That is true. You do have very big muscles.
He gave me a
Yeah,
very good
I'm not ugly.
And you're not ugly.
Yes, your
Yeah.
muscles definitely aren't compensating for something.
No, not at all. They're just there for because I'm strong.
Your big two-handed axe that you make your entire personality has nothing to do with the size of
Yeah.
anything else.
Yeah, this axe has killed lots of things.
Especially harmless mammoths.
No, they weren't harmless.
Sorry, big scary mammoth.
Yeah.
I'm sure those
and
mammoths would have been
giants.
big, scary mammoths someday.
And Joyce, do you not remember how I cut down that giant inside the keep?
I'm starting to think
Oh,
mammoth
yeah.
is a euphemism for women.
No,
Yes.
it's not. It's
Roxon-
a myth.
Roxon doesn't really like women. He just is
Oh,
himself, right?
No, I just prefer my
Doesn't
own
like
company.
women or men. Yeah, just prefers his own company.
okay, so he is in a relationship with his right hand. I got it.
I'm in a relationship with killing things.
You know, I'm not one to kink shame.
Oh, here we go.
Don't kink shame me.
I'm not one to kink shame, but that's kind of a fucked up kink.
Yeah.
Wow,
Don't
Scrimshaw. I thought this was a judgment-free group, but here we are.
I didn't realize that was the reason that you travelled with us and did things.
I thought you guys were just fine with me, being myself, but clearly not.
I'm fine with you being yourself. It's all
to
good
be
to
fair-
me. Don't care.
Scrimshaw, he makes his entire personality a two-handed axe, and basically he revolves his entire personality and what he tells people when he first meets them around how he uses that two-handed axe to conquer things.
Yeah.
Damn, we should have seen this coming.
I think Roxon has some deep-seated issues about his inability to actually find a decent partner. I think we have to find him someone.
No.
No, he doesn't want anyone.
No.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
himself.
No, I don't want anyone. The
Oh,
last time I
so-
saw true love, they were separated. One of them was executed, and the other one went off to rule a kingdom. Okay, and I don't want to see that happen again.
What's the
Very
one that tried
simple,
to? Oh God!
Okay, I just don't want that kind of heartbreak. You should have seen them. We had to practically pry them apart.
Yeah, he really wanted to save her life by getting her to be the arch wizard of the tower of the
The tower.
city or whatever. The city. Oh, what was it? RVC, thank you. And then they wouldn't release her and they burned her at the stake. And he
I'm
was
so
I cried for
heartbroken.
days about it.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad my personal character arc for Gothric stuck so. Stuck with you so much. I'm glad it had such
I
an
thought it was
impact
about
on
him.
you.
I thought it was about him sacrificing his love for, the greater good.
The greater good.
I mean, wasn't the whole thing just revolved around his love for Big Titty Goth GFs?
Yeah. I thought that was the. Did we miss something?
Yeah, that was what I gleaned from it.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop there then. So,
That's probably for the best.
as the credits roll, the Clo 5 are arguing and sparring in the garden as the sun sets. Yeah, I suppose
I can put them in the Thunderdome if you want.
in the Thunderdome. Yeah.
Or-
So, That'd be the ultimate sparring cage. All right, well,
But like, if one of them knocks the other one out, then I can't put it down. So it's just stuck there for an hour without medical attention.
Oh shit.
No, I actively miss this. This has been great.
All right, yeah. All right, well, thanks for coming. So next week, maybe you'll fight the Elder Brain. Maybe you'll wait for people. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Well, thanks a lot for coming. See you next week.